Hello everyone, it's Features830 back again. Some more What's on Deck, looking at what is new and upcoming in the world of playing cards for this week. Let's start with Kickstarter and go from there. First of all, what I've seen so far from Kickstarter this week is not that great. There's not a whole lot of new, and what there is isn't great. We got this one, the Maya playing cards, with or white, 4 gods. I'm not sure. Bad spelling there for some reason. I mean, it's unnecessary. There shouldn't be bad spelling in the title, that's for sure. It's currently 50% funded, 27 days to go. I don't think the chances are too great. It does have a one-way back design, as you can see. It's kind of an interesting look. But it's not really my cup of tea. I don't know if that's supposed to be, I guess, like a yin and yang type thing. The colors. It's inspired by Mayan culture, which is fine. The design is centered on 4 gods, represented as the kings. Yamtax, the corn god. Koalil, how do we pronounce that? The god of fire. Kukulkan, the feathered serpent. And Apok, the god of death. Yeah, you have to treat as diamonds, hearts, clovers, and swords. What I don't like, and they got pronunciations here for the different cards. The Joker is the Yoker, Zack is the Yak, and so forth. I'm not really digging it. There's not a whole lot of artwork being shown of the cards themselves. I mean, we got this here, which I guess could be the art on the court cards, because that is the Mayan gods showing there. Currently, let's see. They have a goal of selling 5,000 decks or more. No chance in hell that's going to happen anytime soon. Apparently, if they fund, you can get your name in Mayan, in digital letter, only for the sponsors get the backers get 12 decks or more. If they also produce 1,000 decks with an additional letter with your name in Mayan on craft paper, only for sponsors or those who get 12 decks or more. So if you buy a brick, you get your name. If you don't buy a brick, you're not important. That's the way I see it, kind of. And then there's stretch goals for 3,000 decks with a big surprise, and 5,000 decks with 2 big surprises. Supposed to be uploading a video with a prototype. Shipping via FedEx and UPS. Are you kidding me? You know how expensive that is compared to like using regular postal? I get that they're in Mexico and regular postal is probably not very good, but I don't know. It doesn't say who's producing it, which is also a big question. What is the price on this anyways? $20 Canadian for 1 deck. But here's my problem. My biggest problem is, okay, they got suits that are, not too bad. You can see a diamond and a club and a heart. I guess this is the Joker. I'm not sure. And the artwork it's okay. I don't know. Kind of hard to see it in this picture, this thumbnail. But my problem is the values. They've written the values in Mayan. Do you know Mayan? I don't know Mayan. I don't think most people who buy playing cards, collecting playing cards, or using playing cards know Mayan. Here they got the numbers though. And also the figures for the court cards, and the ace, and the Joker. And it just makes it unplayable for me. Like, I look at these images here of these court cards, and I'm not going to be able to tell what value is what. It's just a horrible idea. If they wanted to include the actual value with the Mayan as well, like other decks have done, that's one thing. But to just have the Mayan, that makes the card unusable for the most part. So it's a kind of, yeah, I'm not a fan. Then we got limited edition Bad Girl, Baddies Poker Playing Cards by Michelle Herzl. It is very well funded, apparently. 51 hours to go. Only like a 1 week project or a few days because I hadn't seen it before. And it's almost done. Let's get comfortable here. Then we got the Golden Venetian. This one, I mean, I think that's the back design you see there. That's horrible. And in the artwork, it's just scattered mad women. Not a fan. Golden Venetian Lenormand, though, is here by Eugene Viditsky. It is funded. 26 days to go. It's an Oracle card deck based on the something. Based on the, well, forget the first word. I think it's Mademoiselle Lenormand fortune telling system. Must be Mademoiselle. If I know my French. And inspired by the Venetian Carnival and his Venetian Tarot. As you can see, it's very artistic, very artsy cards. Different images on each one. And then there's a little playing card in the corner to make it identifiable. And there's also a number in the opposite corner, 1 through 52, which is interesting little additional thing. Here is just some old school versions. This one, these old school versions actually have both traditional French suits and they also have these Spanish or German suits, whatever they are, which is pretty cool. They got old school court cards for the courts. It's not really my cup of tea, but it's an interesting idea. It's already funded, obviously. It's going to be gilded, apparently, if they hit a stretch goal. 500 decks being produced. No idea who's producing them. Apparently it's only a 36 card deck, or at least that is also there. Actually, they also have a 78 gold gilded card deck, a tarot deck. So there's different decks. There's a Lenormand deck, and there's also a tarot deck. The Lenormand one, I think, is 52 cards, actually. So I don't know why it says 36 cards, and maybe that's just all they've designed so far. I don't know. I don't see any information on who's printing it, so that's a thumbs down for me. And it's not really catchy. I mean, I like the idea, if you will, but it's not really my cup of tea. Moving on, we got another horrible, scantily clad woman deck. The Claudio Amore Premium Playing Cards, Series number 1, apparently from Top Secret Press. 71% funded, 31 days to go. I suspect it will fund. These guys do a bunch of like comics. And I think you see the back design here of this woman in red. It's horrible, more like that design, and then the cards just have half-naked women on them again. Really not my cup of tea. I feel women should be treated with a little more class and dignity than that, personally. And then that's it for new stuff this week. It's a horrible week for the new playing cards. There's nothing really going on Kickstarter. But we do have the Motley Pack Transformation deck by Sinise Chaba on the right side. 70% funded, 32 days to go. I expect it will fund at this rate, hopefully. It does have a bit of a higher goal, but it's getting there. It's doing pretty well. I do recommend checking it out. And then we got the Zo de Air Playing Cards Crimson Edition by Alexander Petty. It is very well funded, 21 days to go. Raids cards with classic memes by Razzie is very well funded as well. What did they have, a $1 goal or something? 34 days to go. and it's horrible in my opinion. Not a fan. There's this wooden playing card cabinet by TCC Presents. It is also well funded, 9 days to go. Furry deck of playing cards by Haley Gill is funded, 13 days to go. Looks very cartoony. Hello Tiki V2 by Montenji Design is also well funded, with 10 days to go. Air Deck 2.0, my Tip Top Things, is well funded as well, 34 days to go. Bicycle Cyberpunk playing cards by Will Roya is well funded, 13 days to go. That's good to see. Magistrate playing cards by MJL Productions and Jason Troiano is 22% funded, 15 days to go. I just don't think it's going to happen. It's not a very exciting deck. Decks gotta be exciting. They gotta be nice. Deck of playing cards needs to be exciting. It needs to be unique and original. What's this one? It's kind of, pretty unique and original. It needs to be, just gorgeous or whatever. It needs to give you something. It needs to, catch your attention, and this one just does not. Geometric Abstraction playing cards by Perpetual Arts and Design Company, on the other hand, is funded now, 6 days to go. And see, that one, it catches your eye, whether you like it or don't. It definitely catches your eye. Next, we got the Bud 18 deck, Blackstone Magic Bar playing card set by TCC Playing Cards. Very well funded, 9 days to go. They are sold out, apparently. I decided not to go for it. It's just too expensive, especially with the current currency exchange values. And we got Royal Portraits playing cards by Ace Collectible Cards, 34% funded, 30 days to go. Not looking good at this rate, unfortunately. It's not a bad deck. It's worth checking out. Vincent Van Gogh Starry Night playing cards by Lynn K. Patricia is 70% funded, 4 days to go. Not sure it's going to happen. It may, still some time, but it's looking iffy. Then we get the Manic Miner and Jet Set Willie playing cards by Elite Systems. 39% funded, 3 hours to go. It's not going to happen unless somebody jumps in with a massive donation last minute. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, relaunched by John Mazuka, is 82% funded, 52 hours to go. It may make it. It has a pretty low goal, but I kind of hope it doesn't, because that goal is just ridiculously low. I don't think that people should gamble their money on that project with a goal that low. Then we got Royal Heroes by Mystic World. 50% funded, 9 days to go. I just don't see it happening. And that is it for the projects that are currently on Kickstarter. I see this other one from Jason One has funded, EPIAKIA, and the Olympus one also funded. I'll look for that one in the future from some other websites. Moving on, trying to think of what else there is to talk about. Okay, a few more things to talk about. First of all, Card Revolution, they have released the Manticore Blanc deck, which is gold and black and white, as you can see. And looks pretty nice. I might have mentioned it before. It's printed by Carta Mundi. They revised the bat design, but maintained the spirit of the majestic tiger. Enlarged and recolored pips. There's gold foil on the backs and on the box. And also proceeds will be donated to the World Wildlife Fund, Singapore, apparently, to help the conservation of wild tigers. Designed by Yu Hong and co-produced by Card Revolution. Good stuff. I don't know if they have more pictures. Let's see. I did get the original, so I decided to get this one. Apparently the top case is blue. Oops. They're not bad. They're not showing much of the faces aside from the aces, so you can guess they're going to be fairly standard. It is $20 Singaporean for one deck, but it does have gold foil on the cards. They also have another deck that I've seen on Instagram. The Poop Emoji deck. Really? Who comes up with this literal shit, basically? 22 bucks Singaporean for this deck? Are you kidding me? Here's a top case. It's got a smiley face. And it looks like the mouth is cut out. It's pretty interesting. It's brown. It does have custom faces. A lot of interesting stuff. It's got food. No, I don't like that at all. They got different types of food for suits, which is a major turn off for me. And the pips, like they got like tacos here for a black suit, donuts for a pink suit, I guess. Apparently they've also got, peaches for another suit. And Queen of Peaches, the Ace of Donuts, and I guess bananas. I mean, I appreciate the effort put into the court cards. I think the court cards are pretty nice. But I'm hoping that's a gaff card. That would be a cool gaff card. Take a bite out of it. Oh, yeah, in a bit. But I don't like custom suits like this just for, done for what? For the hell of it. The Jokers are eggplants. Eggman, we'll call them. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Overall, I'm not sure. Does it say who printed it? It says it's made in USA by Vacuso. I don't know who printed it though. Moving on, let's look at playing card decks. Thank you. We got a few new things and not so new things. I got the Aurora playing cards and the Nautilus playing cards. A little bit pricey at 20 bucks in my opinion. $19.99 technically. I do like the colorful yet standard court cards on this deck, although I did not get it because of that price point. The Ace of Spades is okay. And then the other thing that I also was not a big fan of is this back design. I just don't really feel it. Yay, 1, 2, 3s. I know it's made more for cardistry, so if you like it, you might want to check it out. I believe it's printed by USPC, but I'm not 100% sure. This is actually a 2.1 version, apparently. Oh no, wait, it's a very limited release to be a companion deck with the Nautilus 2.1. So it's a companion deck to this other deck that I'm going to show you, produced by Project Dreamlight. This is the companion deck to it, the Nautilus. This one has, again, kind of standard recolored quartz. Here's your back design. Look at that a bit better. And again, I'm just not really feeling that back design. Space phase, but I guess it's supposed to be nautical themed. I see. That's kind of the inspiration, I guess. Again, more cardistry friendly. I might pick them up if I see them on Murphy's Magic for less money than this. And it's apparently designed by John Cho from Korea. And printed by the SPC, I believe. So there's that. What else is there? There is this. Excuse me. They have the new Crown deck, the Navigators, Hercules decks, and there's the Derby deck, which is not new. Excuse me. This came out. It's a roller derby inspired deck that came out a few years back, actually. Should say it was on Kickstarter by San Young. Pretty interesting artwork. You can see a review on my channel. See more of that. Let's see, it's inspired by roller derby and tattoos. See, it's got just a couple, as you can see. This is from 2015, actually. I remember it being on Kickstarter. I'm kind of interesting that he's just gotten these now. I guess he's still trying to sell. I mean, he's got 70, so obviously he picked up some for his stock. It's good for both of them, I guess. And then we've got this one, the Bicycle Cardnomicon, which I did buy. It's a Cthulhu deck. I did buy it from here, but I realized that I may be getting this anyway from Ace Collectible Cards, because that's who put it out. Completely custom, Cthulhu themed court cards and artwork. You'll see a review on my channel sometime this spring, I guess, at this rate. Pretty nice back design. Fairly straightforward box, I believe. And yeah, there's that. The Cthulhu Cardnomicon playing cards. And let's look at Murphy's Magic. They have a few new things here from Bookable and whatnot. They have the latest Raven decks, the Monty, the Eclipse, and the Soul, apparently. The Gentleman, which I've shown you before from Bookable's website. Well, we'll do it again, I guess. Why not? The last two of the Planets series decks. They got the Pearl decks, which I slightly thought about getting, but then I changed my mind. And there's this one. They also got the Tasty Point cards, which I did decide to get. I kind of had my eye on it for a while, but they were hard to find. But now they're available, so why not? I'll show you all of these. Why not? Even if we look at 7 in the past. Fred, Cardistry Point cards. More for Cardistry. It was on Kickstarter. It's not a bad bat design, aside from a little unnecessary writing. The logo's fine. I don't mind it saying Fred, but there's other stuff on there that doesn't need to be there. My problem has always been the faces. They lack indexes, so they're not very usable for playing cards or doing magic tricks. I like the border, but they could have added the indexes. And actually, the border seems stupid because of the fact that you got a white border on the faces. So, why is there a colored border on the backs? It just is kind of weird. It's pretty much just all made for cardistry, as you can tell. Pointed by USB-C. Then there's the Dentel, which was on Kickstarter not too long ago. Colorful faces, colorful standard court cards. They modified some of the pips. And then you get this bat design, which is also colorful. It is a one-way because of the color scheme. I'm not really sold on getting this one yet. It's a nice tuck case, though, from the looks of it. And then the Gentleman one, again, interesting custom suitcase, basically. It's a suitcase. As you can see, it's a tuck case with the suit. Again, though, wasn't really a big fan because there's no distinguishability between the red suits and the black suits. They're all just black and white, as you can see there, so not really a big fan. This one, though, they did the border thing, right? They got black borders on the faces, a white shirt, and then they added black borders. Or they got black borders on the backs, I should say, and then they added black borders on the faces to match. Thumbs up for that. The lack of color, however, thumbs down. And then we got Diamond, the Paisley Edition, Diamond playing cards, Paisley Edition. I haven't got any of the other Diamond playing cards, but this one looks pretty nice. So I figured I would get it. As you can see, it's fairly straightforward. It's not bad. Apparently they're out of stock. I am awaiting that one. And then there's the Lenormand Green Tribute Deck, the Master of Chaos, which looks like that. It's got his image on it, similar to his previous decks that were put out for him. They did modify the court cards for some reason. A bit weird. I guess they have some of his effects on them. The Ace of Spades is very fitting. Contact with the mothership. kind of an alien on the Joker. He calling him an alien. Nice tuck case, from the looks of it. And this is, yes, I remember, this is from Takumi Takahashi. I remember he, I believe, tried funding this through Kickstarter last year sometime. I don't believe it did fund, but here it is. And yeah, I do remember this. And it's finally been produced. I like that. There's a quote here from Leonard Green. If you cannot hide it, emphasize it. And the greedy person really understood how powerful it is to be generous. He should immediately be generous by pure greediness. Some interesting quotes. Moving on, Tasty. Like I said, this was on Kickstarter like a year ago. Only 900 decks apparently produced, 20 uncuts. It's a pretty simple back design, as you can see. Model after, inspired by an ice cream. Tuck case was designed pretty nice. And fairly straightforward court cards with recoloring. But I figured, what the hell, I'll get it. It's been hard to find, so I might as well get it while it's available, since it is available. Printed by Hanshin Chen, in case you wondered. A lot of these decks will be hitting different magic shops and card shops. If they haven't, if they weren't already there. In some cases, like Tasty was already there on many sites. And then we got Pearl playing cards, Sunrise. I'll say that. And then there is the Sunset. They're okay. They look pretty nice in a fan, but I just wasn't really sold. And those ones have been available here and there for months now. And then there's this one, which I recall seeing on United Cards in the past, the Bullfly Vino edition. I believe there was also a black one, but it doesn't seem to be available here. I'm assuming fairly standard faces. The Jokers is a nice touch there, how they fit together. It's a pretty nice bat design. Bulletfly, for the love of cards. Aside from the, bullet inspiration, it's not bad. And then you see the black one there. Apparently there's a double back in blue. And they've modified the faces. They look kind of creepy. Especially this Jack. But fairly straightforward as well. I believe it says classic stock legendary finish, so it could be Hanshin Chen, it could be just Legends, I'm not 100% sure. That is banned, I believe. So I got a bunch of new stuff coming again. I didn't receive enough this week so far. Still might get more. That is that though. Comment, rate, subscribe. I will be back on Sunday if there's anything new to report before I upload this video. So that's it for today.